Burkina, a radio suspended after an interview against the putsch in Niger. The government of Burkina Faso, resulting from a coup d'etat, has decided to suspend until further. Notice the broadcasting of Radio Omega, one of the most listened to in the country, after the broadcast Thursday of an interview enameled with insulting remarks against the new Nigerian authorities. The government assumes full responsibility for the decision to suspend from this Thursday, August 10th, and until further notice. The broadcasting of Radio Omega programs in the name of the best interests of the nation indicates the Minister of Communication Jean Emmanuel Ouedraogo in a press release. This decision follows the broadcast on Radio Omega of an interview during the program L'Invité la Drafting with a spokesperson of a movement recently created in Niger which wishes to restore President Mohamed Bazoum, overthrown by a coup on July 26th. Radio Omega, a subsidiary of the Omega Media Group, which also has a television channel owned by journalist and former Foreign Minister Alpha Berry, had ceased broadcasting after the release of the press release. AFP noted, she denounced Friday an unfair and unfounded decision and will use all avenues of appeal. She considers that this suspension without notice and without prior notification of the structure in charge of media regulation is a flagrant violation of the laws in force and an unacceptable attack on freedom of expression and freedom of the press. The radio also claims that its suspension comes after numerous death threats against Radio Omega leaders and journalists from people presenting themselves as supporters of the government and who insistently call for the suspension of our programs. In the interview incriminated by the government, Ousmane Abdul Moumouni, pro-Bazoum, would have made insulting remarks against the new Nigerian authorities. According to Mr. Ouedraogo, according to the Burkinabe government, Ousmane Abdul Moumouni's organization clearly militates for violence and war against the sovereign people of Niger, and the will of his movement is to put President Bazoum back in power by all means. Transitional authorities of Burkina Faso, who came to power by a coup in September 2022, very quickly showed their solidarity with the soldiers who took power in Niger.